When our anxiety gets high enough, we sometimes adapt by shutting down. It's a coping mechanism that you might use in some situations and not others. But romantic relationships are a common trigger because of their intense intimacy. At one time or another, we have all experienced being overwhelmed by different kinds of intimacy. A key part of dealing with this type of anxiety is identifying it, so that we can tell the difference between shutting down and the more self-aware approaches of taking time to process and soothe our feelings in order to clearly evaluate our relationships. Let's start by recognizing any sudden reactions that typically crop up in your mind. Have you found yourself suddenly hypercritical of your partner? Have you experienced a sudden loss of attraction to them? Do you find yourself feeling numb, as if all your affection for them is gone? Have you started thinking about your relationship as a hindrance? Do you have the urge to drastically distance yourself from the relationship? Such sudden shifts can initiate that anxiety is running the show. In those moments, we want to pause and get in touch with deeper feelings that anxiety has walled off. Anxiety's strategy of shutting down or walling off emotions is a temporary and ineffective solution. Sooner or later, those feelings will return. And in a way that is often pretty inconvenient. You'll realize that you truly love the person you broke up with, or your frustration will pour out in a way that is unkind or ill-timed. By taking the time now to unmask anxiety's tactics, you are taking responsibility and care for your emotions so that you can follow the path you truly want in the long run. I invite you to take some time to be unflinchingly honest with yourself. Write a page or two describing how you feel about your relationship and what is bothering you right now. Write as if no one else will ever read these words. Let it really fly. Don't shy away from including your most petty thoughts. Unleash your most inner middle schooler, no filter. No pretense of being a reasonable person. Try it. The words you write may even shock you. We often hide our worst thoughts from ourselves in order to justify our tactics of distancing and shutting down. But when we allow these feelings to come into light, we can notice anxiety's role more clearly. Look at what you wrote. See if you can spot any stories in your entry that cast you and your partner in specific roles. These roles often take on a binary, such as manipulator or victim, strong or weak, callous and loving. Can you notice patterns in how your anxiety self-views this relationship and others that you've had? Look for the ways in which your anxiety reduces your own agency and exaggerates the control of your partner. Notice how your anxiety takes your good intentions into account, but refuses to consider that your partner could have good intentions as well. Remember, your anxiety is creating a pattern, a simple dynamic, so it can clearly assess a threat and protect you from it. This kind of thinking makes walls and distance feel necessary and urgent. If we pay attention to our surges of immediacy, then we can learn to spot anxiety's lies. Let's soften our anxious thinking and see if it lands us in a safer place. I invite you to take a slightly deeper breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Let yourself soften with the exhale. Breathing in and out. Imagine that everyone in this situation has good intentions and power over themselves. Just try it on for size. Breathing in and out. How does this change your experience of the situation? Do their actions take on a different meaning? If you are not under threat of being controlled, how does this change your options? What do you have space to consider if you are not preoccupied with defending yourself? Breathing in and out. This is the kind of calm, soft space that we want to reside in when we are making relationship decisions. While you may still decide that distance or protection is necessary, it will be your authentic needs talking, not your anxiety. Breathing in and out. Keep coming back to this process of slowing down rather than walling up. Breathing in and out. The more you return to this practice of identifying anxiety's habits of false protection, the better care you'll be taking of yourself.